The Infinix Smart 9 is the successor to the Infinix Smart 8 that I reviewed a few months ago. It comes with a refined design, an acclaimed 120Hz refresh rate display, and on the box of the phone, you can clearly see written 48 months of smoothness. This is something that is not clear yet. It is powered by the Mediatek Helio G81, which is the same chipset found on more expensive phones. I've been playing with this phone for a bit, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about the Infinix Smart 9. Inside the box, you're getting all the necessary accessories, including a charging brick, a USB cable, a plastic TPU case that I don't really like. It is the type of case that can break if you apply too much pressure on it. It doesn't completely protect the phone, and I bought the phone for around 133,000 naira, which is around $85 if you do the math. I don't know the recommended retail price of this phone, but I think it shouldn't be above 135,000 naira. There are phones like the Tecno Spark 30C, Redmi 14C, and Samsung Galaxy A06 that come close in terms of options or competitions around the same price. I've reviewed all the phones that I've mentioned, and let me know which one you want me to compare with the Smart 9 in the comment section, and please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm working on a lot of reviews and comparison for you guys, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on those comparisons and reviews when I upload them. I love the design of this phone. It's a bit refreshing, coming from the circular and squared camera cutouts that are becoming too repetitive. It has a plastic build with an IP54 water splash and dust resistant rating. I have the black color option, and it attracts fingerprint stains and smudges. I actually wanted to buy the gold color option, but I couldn't find it. I also looked for the blue or ash, and they were not available. There are two cameras housed in the squarish island, and it looks like we have two flashlights, but only one seemed to be functional during my testing. The phone feels comfortable to hold in the hand. The curved edges also make it sit nicely on my palms. It is lightweight, which adds to the overall comfort while holding the phone. There are two speakers, and they sound quite decent. You also get a headphone port at the bottom, and you get a side-mounted fingerprint scanner and volume keys by the right. I'll say the fingerprint scanner is quite fast. We also have the SIM card slot by the left, and it doubles as the memory card slot. Design and build quality is amazing. Personally, it is one of the best designed phones that I've tested in recent time. Most of the phones nowadays look almost the same. There is no creaking or flexing on any part of the phone, and someone actually said this phone doesn't even look like a cheap phone. The display is 6.7 inches, it's IPS LCD with a 720p resolution and a 120Hz refresh rate. You also get the option to select 120Hz in the display setting. I complained about that in my Pop 9 video. You only get the 120Hz experience while scrolling through the UI of the phone. It maxes out at 90Hz while you are using apps or browsing through the phone, or when it's idle, it's mostly 90Hz. The display is flat, and I like it. I will say the bezels are noticeable, but for the price, it's expected. Consuming content or playing games is enjoyable because of the size. Colors appear to be sharp and vivid, and I think it's on par with most of the competing phones around its price category. Another impressive thing with the display is that you can operate the display even when it is wet and greasy. There are more expensive phones that don't work when water is on the screen, but this one surely works. Peak brightness is 500 nits, and you need it all the way high outdoors, especially under heavy sunlight. There are instances where you can't even see the display of this phone if it is really sunny. You also get an always on display feature, even though it's an IPS LCD. It comes up the moment you take the phone up, and overall I think the display is okay for the price. There isn't anything to complain, but I feel the 120Hz is a bit over exaggerated. I just said there isn't anything to complain about, and I went ahead and complained. Typical of a tech reviewer. It is running on Android 14 Go Edition, and XOS 14 is the user interface. Dynamic bar is there on the display, and you get all the animations it comes with. The user interface is fluid, and I love how it moves while opening apps. Even though it's Go Edition Android, I'm impressed with the fluidity. It will also make more sense if you download the Go Edition version of apps from the Play Store to get the best out of this phone. You are also getting most of the XOS features that we know. There is memory fusion that lets you expand the RAM. You can turn on the always on display in the settings by going to personalization, because by default it's turned off. Folax, the AI voice assistant, also has been optimized to give better answers even to complex questions. I also didn't see any ads on the interface, but it came with a lot of pre-installed apps, and you can go ahead and remove some of them while some can't be removed. I hope Infinix will push a software update to this phone, even if it's just Android 15. That is how they can back the 48 months of smoothness they claim. This phone is powered by the Mediatek Helio G81, which is of course an upgrade in terms of performance, considering the Infinix Smart 8 was powered by the Unisoc T606, which is a processor I personally don't like because it doesn't really perform well. The Mediatek Helio G81 is a new processor, kind of an upgrade or a slight upgrade from the Helio G85, and it handled basic tasks just fine. Nothing crazy. It's not even a gaming phone, but basic games will run smoothly on the Infinix Smart 9. Call of Duty and others are playable, but not at the best possible resolutions, and even the frame rates will be very low. There will definitely be stutters and lags while gaming, but performance is as expected for a phone that costs only $85. About the camera, I would say I'm impressed. Pictures look decent using the main camera, which is 30 megapixel, and it's not lacking in details. You can zoom up to 4x and still get a bit of details in the pictures. Colors are quite accurate, same goes for sharpness as well. The selfie images in a well-balanced lighting condition looks detailed enough, but when backing the sunlight, it's blown and HDR isn't even there. Portrait mode is impressive and you get a nice separation between the image and the background. I would say this is one of the best camera for its price. The phone has a 5000 mAh battery and it supports 18 watts charging speed, which is common for devices priced like this. You can get up to 7 or 8 hours of battery life from the phone if you are a heavy user, and if you are a casual user, you can even get 2 days of battery from this phone, which is impressive. Battery is really good and it takes over 2 hours to charge the phone from 0 to 100 using the 18 watt fast charger inside the box when you buy the phone. Will I recommend the Infinix Smart 9? It's a yes for me. I see it competing with the Technospark 30C and Redmi 14C. It is even better in some cases, especially in design. Maybe the software aspect might be the deal breaker for some of you because it's Go Edition Android. What else would you like to know about the Infinix Smart 9? Let me know in the comment section. Please subscribe if you made it this far, and I'll see you in the next video.